Peter Manley is in the last 8 of the European Darts Championship. Double 19, just when he needed it, does for James Wade. 11 legs to 9. What a match. Fantastic to watch that. And he books his place against Alan Taban in the last 8 here, who earlier had an excellent match as well, coming from behind to beat Jelle Klaassen. And the big man is with me on the balcony. We've talked about the shirt.
You have, I haven't.
No. Well, you said tonight, if I win, I'll put you straight. Put me straight.
Your wife never complained.
Well, I asked for that, didn't I suppose? And I got
Did you say it was as big as a duvet?
I did. I said it was bigger, actually. I said it, yeah, I was, yeah.
My wife will now.
No, I know. Come on, Chrissy, he's been a good boy, honestly.
Just a bit of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. This was an excellent match. Did you enjoy any part of that?
At 7-3, I was enjoying the whole match, but at 8-all, I wasn't. And at the end of the day, I should have finished the guy off, and you know, that's what I've got to do. At the end of the day, James Wade is where he is now at world number 3, and I'm down at tailing down in the top 16, and that's because he can play good darts. And tonight I played better darts, but still let him in, and I should have finished him off. And it's a little bit annoying for me, having done so many good finishes up until that point. But in the end of the day, you know, you can look back on all different points of the game. I should have finished him off, but I think it was 8-all, 9-all. I think when James missed and let me in, and I took a 53 out. Well,
let's have a little look. Let's have a little look at some of those moments you're talking about, because it's such fine margin. This is leg 18, I think, where you've got a chance to get it done, and you can't quite find it.
That's terrible. That is really bad. I mean, disappointment there is unbelievable. You know, you just want that one dart just to go in, and you know, just what happens under them circumstances is unbelievable. You know, you've got to get it, and you know, you're capable of doing these things. And he took this 108 out. I mean, that's fantastic. He did milk it a little bit. He sort of liked play to the crowd just to give it a little bit longer for me to throw. And I think I started bad in the next leg, and but he missed, and that let me in, and 10-9 and 11-9.
It's such a mental thing, I would imagine, watching. There's such a psychological element to it. You're trying to slow him down, he's trying to speed you up. There's tactics.
I'm trying to slow him down. At which point was that? I'm just up there to play darts. I mean, you know, whether
you're not fooling me. At
the end of the day, I'm 46 years old. I mean, he's a young man. If I'm a little bit slower than him, then I can't help that, can I?
No. But it's such narrow margins. I mean, I know talk about width of a wire and all that, but in your mind, there's only millimetres, isn't there?
Well, yeah, it's just stupid that you end the game with a 115 finish on double 19. You know, when you've had 5 darts at double top to win the game. It was one game I would have hated to have lost.
You fancy your chances now you've got this far?
Well, we're here. I mean, at the end of the day, I've booked Tenerife or Wolverhampton in November. I'd rather be at Wolverhampton in November, but we'll see. I mean, Alan Taban next game is not going to be easy, but we'll do our best.
Pink shirt all the way? You're going to wear it every day?
Well, yeah, Mr. Porky, this is their colours, and, you know, we've had a great relationship over the last year, and I think it's going to continue into 2009. I
look forward to seeing you dressed in pink here tomorrow.
Cheers, Matt.
Thank you, Pete. Great stuff. Peter Manley. Let's just check the match stats, if we can, before we bring in Chris Mason for a chat. Excellent darts from both players. It swung both ways. Excellent averages, excellent checkout rates. But in the end, those narrow margins we've just talked about with Peter got it done. 11 legs to 9, and he plays Alan Taban tomorrow. A slightly more somberly dressed Chris Mason, but then everybody slightly more somberly dressed than Peter. That was a great match to watch.
Yeah, it was exciting. It was. I loved it. You know, it was one of those matches, a match for the connoisseur, I suppose. Peter, in some ways, is just as hard to beat as Phil Taylor, but in a different capacity. Lots of tactics involved, but finishes so well. You think you've got him, and then he comes back. He'll be disappointed. I mean, you can see how well he's playing. Shouldn't have let James back in the game. He knows it. That can be put right tomorrow. He looks good. He looks good for a good run. I mean, on paper, you think Taban should beat him comfortable.
But then we probably thought Wade would beat him tonight.
I can assure you, Alan Taban knows he's in a big game tomorrow. A big game.
Actually, to remember, James Wade won the first 2 legs, and then Peter reeled off 7 in a row with some magnificent checkouts.
Yeah, that 7 number has been rather popular.
Yeah, funnily enough. This was one of the biggest, the 117 in leg 6. And he just looked unstoppable at this point, didn't he?
Yeah, well, like I said, it was a bit like the comeback from Alan Sabrin today. You get on a run, the confidence is there, and I think it was just a little bit of winning line, and you could see how much he wanted to win that match. He knew he was in control. It was there for him to lose rather than for James to win, if you like.
Yeah. 3 big checkouts in a row, 6, 7 and 8 for 7-2, and you're thinking, blimey, he's all over this.
That's what Peter's renowned for, his finishing ability. You know, he's never done anything from 80 to 160. He can take those shots out. He'll sleep well, let's put it that way. I don't think James will. James looks a little bit off colour at the moment. Only seemed to get motivated when he was in big trouble.
Almost being behind almost fired him up.
I was going to call him the cat because it looked like he was going to have 9 lives, but fortunately for Peter, he fell over the line and job was done.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Chris. So, Peter Manley through to the last 8. The #1 darts player, by everybody's reckoning, Phil Taylor, coming up. And Ned Bolting, our reporter, has been down amongst the crowd, gauging their preparations for the Power.
Well, here we are in Frankfurt on Saturday night, and I tell you what, if the Fratellis weren't big before this tournament, they are big now. Chelsea Dagger will be bouncing around the valleys of this country long after the European Championships have left behind them. Here's Erich, by the way. Erich, you are typical of many darts fans here. Yes. You've been playing for 2 years, is that right?
Yes, and I'm staying here by GDC.
The German Darts Corporation?
We are going to Köln-Hürth,
Cologne,
Gelnhausen, wie heißt es? Grevenhausen and
all sorts of German towns.
Yes,
you play darts all over Germany. Now, which of the big superstars here do you really want to see?
Oh, it's Phil Taylor.
Phil the Power.
Phil Taylor is the man of dart. If you speaking about darts, it's Phil Taylor. And I see him several times in German, maybe in Bad Soden and in Kirchheim, Wiesbaden-Kirchheim, and in Köln-Hürth.
He has seen him everywhere. Well, Erich, enjoy the evening, yes. Okay. And on your behalf, let's hope that Phil Taylor does the business. I'm sure he will.
Yes, he's very many.
There are some big darts fans here in Frankfurt in every sense. Here is how things stand then. Peter Manley has beaten James Wade by 11-9 to join the other players through to the last 8. And next, of course, we're going to have a look at Phil Taylor up against the man who put out Wayne Jones in a tight first-round match. That is the King. Mervyn King, who has given Phil Taylor a run for his money on more than one occasion in recent months. Very solid player, can be a very heavy scorer when he's in form. Ranked 14 by the PDC right now. Let's hear from Mervyn.
Don't come much harder than this, does it? Phil the Power.
Yeah, man's a governor. Got utmost respect for him as a player and a person, but I think that might go out the window tonight when we play.
How do you approach it? Because I mean, you know, the conventional wisdom suggests what about Phil? That he starts slowly. Is that what you're aiming to take advantage of? Is that true, or is that just something that we believe that isn't really true?
All depends what head he's got on, to be quite honest with you. Some days he goes out there and he hits it right from the off, but that's what I've got to do tonight. I've got to come out all guns blazing and hit him hard right from the word go.
In his first round game, he showed no signs of slow starting. He just went straight at it, didn't he?
No, that's Phil. Sometimes he's slow, sometimes he isn't, but that's the same with all of us. Phil is that consistent. That's what puts him above the rest of us. But my top game is enough if I can produce it.
So do you concentrate on what he's doing, or do you just concentrate on what you're doing?
I just ignore what he's doing. All I do is play the board and my own game. If I can turn up and play properly, then I stand a good chance.
And then it's game on?
Oh yeah, of course.
Get past him and anything's possible in this tournament.
I'm not looking further forward than tonight's game, mate.
Fair enough, I can understand that. Cheers, Merv.
You're welcome.
Mervyn, not the sort to be fazed by anything, let alone Phil Taylor, but the Power was in imperious form, averaging 106 as he swept aside Jack O'Barry 5 legs to 1 in round 1. He wants a 5th title of the year and a 1st European Championship crown.